Welcome to the Husky by Boo podcast number 51. Hello, boys and girls. It is me. I am back. Welcome to another episode of the Husky by Boo podcast. This is Ariel Duran, your Husky by Boo. And I hope you all are doing well. I don't know what else to say. Hope that everybody is doing well in their homes. Resting out what is left of this pandemic. Here in my neck of the woods, half of the island, our half of the island, and more specifically, over half of the country in my end of the island, COVID came back with a vengeance with different versions of the COVID. I think there is the New York version, the European version, or I don't know which version. The thing is that there are multiple versions of COVID. And I'm not going to go with the whole, conspiracy theory things. Oh, they're discussing now that it did come from a lab and it was man-made. You know what? At this point, I really don't give a shit where it came from. I really don't care. The thing is that half of the island seems to gone to a harder curfew, except my neck of the woods, my specific neck of the woods. Which we're acting like there is no code because apparently it seems that where I live, people are a bit more civilized and took the necessary precautions more seriously. And people are getting vaccinated more efficiently on this side, so cases dropping. But, with the whole rumors about whether that you're going to get 5G or a chip implanted if you get the vaccine. I don't know what to tell you in that regard. I don't know what to I don't know what to tell you. I mean, other than this.
Now, fuck off.
That's the nicest way Bullet Tooth Tony has to say it. I mean, I don't know how else to tell you people, because those things, all those stories, they are 100%
bullshit.
Yes. So anyway, let's not talk about all that, very beautiful subject matter. Let's talk about other shit that has my interest at this moment. This has been for wrestling fans, and yes, I'm like, oh my god, you're going to talk about wrestling? Yes, I'm a fucking mark. Deal with it. If you don't like it, stick it up where the sun don't shine. Anyway, as I was talking about, this has been a very interesting week for wrestling fans because we had a Release Gate 2.0 for the year of 2021. And they released a bunch of names from WWE. As of recording time, they have released Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Lana, Ruby Riott, and Santana Garrett, and Buddy Murphy. I think those were the names. So if you don't know who Braun Strowman is, maybe this will give you a hint.
I'm not finished with you!
Yeah, that guy. Basically, WWE did this.
Thank you, fuck you, bye!
Exactly. Also, past weekend, we heard this man.
That's what I do!
That is Mark Henry, make his appearance on AEW. I'm like, well, so anybody that has a Hall of Fame ring in WWE is just going to end up in AEW eventually? I know this is riveting stuff. I mean, all of you guys are very riveted or all this information. This is like, oh my God, please tell us more about this ultimate, ever-loving information. Well, the other thing that's going on, the rumor mill, the thing I'm talking about wrestling, is because due to all these releases, the word on the street or the word on the grapevines of the internet is that WWE will probably sell to the highest bidder. And normally I wouldn't give two thoughts about it, but and I'm not saying I'm convinced. I'm not totally convinced. I'm partially convinced. I'm not even that convinced. I'm like, well, it's a possibility. It's more that the mentality I have. It's possible. Why I entertain the idea is because, well, look, they fired all these people. They sold the network in the U.S. to Peacock for NBC. And basically, if you live in the States, that's the only way you're going to get the network unless you use a VPN. And I don't know what else to tell you, man. I mean, other than it is that. That's it. I just hope the best for everybody that got released today. Or sorry, it wasn't today. Everybody that got released, I hope for them for the best. WWE has been depleting their roster this year in an exaggerated rate, and I just hope that there are no financial troubles for the company. Allegedly, there isn't. Allegedly, they're doing gangbusters in terms of making revenue. It's just that they want to liquidate more money in terms of I don't know why. So these are all terms that I have no idea what I'm talking about because I have zero idea of a business administration or whatnot. I'm just spewing things to fill in time for a podcast. Basically, what WWE does on Raw, they just fill it with shit so nobody can watch it. And that's very apropos to this podcast, apparently. So, there, I took that little shit out of the way. What else can we talk about? Yeah. I want to concentrate more on changes. Changes that happen to everybody. I mean, everybody changes. Whether they want to or not, whether they like it or not. Circumstances in life make you change. Things that happen to you, to people around you, make you change. And a voluntary change. It is not something that most people welcome unless you're a freaking freak or crazy or cuckoo. I don't know. But most people, don't like changes. They usually like to be comfortable and everybody's basically the lifestyle, the Dominican lifestyle is to seek what is the easiest way to make income and live the most leisure life possible. Like taking it easy to the 10th degree. Basically, a little dated reference. Everybody wants to be Charlie Harper from 2.5 Men. I know this is an old reference, a show that no longer exists. A character that was unceremoniously canceled due to said actor who played character being, an incoherent jackass who basically got himself fired. But be that as it may, yeah, that's the life. That's the life that everybody wants. Everybody wants like the easy things, but they're not willing to go for hard on the paint They're not willing to make sacrifices. And why? Because it's hard. You want things to be done easily. You want things like for example, we live in the most neutered generation now. Why? Because we get everything automatic. You order shit online. I mean, if you want to, you don't even have to ever leave the house. You can order your groceries online. You can order your food online. You can ask for everything that you need online without leaving your house. And I'm talking about my example. I'm not even talking about in the States. I haven't lived in the States in the longest of time. And I'm talking about me living in what is considered a third world country. And I just have to open an app on my phone, order something, and they'll bring it to my house. It is that simple. So we're living in a fascinating time when things are like pretty much given to us in a silver platter. Yet, we don't want to go for the hard things in life. We want the easy route. We don't want the hard route. So sometimes life takes us to the hard route, and it makes you go through what is normally called the crossroads. An intersection, if you will. And in that intersection, you have to make a choice. You either stay on what you think is the same path, the same old, or you have to change, or you have to make a move and know that if you continue this path, maybe things will get better, maybe they won't. But you realize that although the unknown is exactly that, unknown, and it terrifies the fuck out of you, at this juncture in life, you probably have to take the road less traveled, or the unknown road, and pray to whatever deity you believe, or if you don't believe in a deity, just hope internally that the universe is not throwing you a curveball and fucking you in the ass. To say it in a way to speak. So, I, without giving much details, I find myself now in a sort of a crossroads right now, and I have to make a choice in my life. It's I can't air that particular information at this juncture in a moment. Probably in a future podcast, I will elaborate further. All I can say is that no problems in the marital front. We are in a stable, loving relationship, my wife and I. My kid is fine. We are okay. The family is okay. No health issues, no nothing. But choices that you have to make. And Jesus, that kind of narrows things down. So yeah, so this is like a put up or shut up time, you know. It pushes me to walk a path. Now, I would really like to thank God that in this past month, I have rekindled my relationship with God, because it was practically none and void. I didn't talk to God at all because I felt like I was such a piece of shit. That thought hasn't changed much, by the way, but still, I thought I was such a piece of shit that I didn't deserve any grace extended to my being, and that I didn't deserve to talk with the Almighty because He didn't have the time of day to drop any sort of knowledge or any sort of time to guide me or show me any way. But I have to say that in a very weird, non-religious, no hooky pooky woo thing, He's been with me. God has. He hasn't talked to me. No dreams, no apparitions, no nothing, none of that crap. It's just that a still silent encouragement in my heart, like a steady voice in my heart that I feel that is saying, keep on, Don't quit. Let me guide you. Let me take the wheel and just chill for a moment and let me do the rest. You just chill and I'll do the rest. That's how I felt, to say the least. So, I know this sounds like very, oh my God, you gone gaga again, you gone woo again, you've gone religious again. I've said it before. I'm a believer. I believe in God, but I'm not necessarily your very hoity-toity version of a believer in God. I cuss like a motherfucking sailor. I listen to shit that probably a Christian shouldn't listen to. Or who gives a shit? It's like, who the fuck invented these parameters that you have to be a certain way to be a real Christian? What the fuck is a real Christian anyways? In my book, if you're not fucking women on the side while being married or lying to people or cheating them out of their money using the name of God to make yourself rich, you're okay in my book. If you don't do those things, you're not a lying sack of shit. You're pretty much on the okay book. I mean, you'll fuck up in other areas because guess what? Human is, human does. And what humans do in an abundance and in a very special supernatural way, we fuck up like royally. Like that's what we do. Like Mark Henry says, that's what we do. So this whole thing, that acting like, well, Christians shouldn't say this, Christians should. Look, I'd rather live openly with my flaws than to pretend to be this holier than thou asshole and being something far more worse inside. And you know what that worst thing is? Lying to yourself. 'Cause, I mean, people see right through you. And the ones that believe your bullshit are worse than you. Because they have no brain. They have fucking zero brain. The ones that believe the bullshit. I was one. I didn't have no fucking brains. Now I really understand what Jesus was trying to say. You got to love God with all your heart and with all your mind. It's like, yeah, there's emotions involved in this thing, and you got to put some heart in it. But you got to use your fucking brain, too. You just don't follow this shit brainless and, like, leave your brain out of the window and just follow all this mumbo-jumbo. No, use your fucking brain. Use your fucking head. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to balance the true spiritual knowledge of this, because there are true spiritual knowledge within the Christianity, but I'm also putting some fucking brains into it, because once the brainless start running, holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Holy shit. The things that I've seen, the things that I've heard, the things that just make me fucking nauseous, that fucking irritates the shit out of me. Holy shit. It pisses me off to no end. So, all of that just to say, yeah, retaking communion with God, not going full throttle in the whole religious zealot kind of way, but doing it in a practical manner. Doing it, like, I don't want to describe it. Because the thing is that we're talking. God and I, we're talking. Does God talk to you? No, God damn it, I'm not hearing any fucking voices. I check myself in a fucking hospital if that were the case. What I'm just saying is that if you articulate that you have a belief system, you might as well live by it, you know? And he was like, well, there probably is a God, but fuck it. No, like, if you believe this, then go through it. Now, by the process of error and elimination, I have, deduced that certain things are not to be done. Like, don't be a religious cunt. Don't be a religious asshole. Stop thinking that you know everything, because you fucking don't. You don't know dick. Nobody knows. Even the most knowledgeable scientist in the fucking planet knows absolutely dick, because guess what? If we've been here for millions of years, when I mean we, I mean existence, the planet, whatever. If we've been here for a million years and we have dick of information about those millions of years, other than some assumptions here and there and some hypothesis and some scientific research, but concrete evidence in terms of everything verbatim that has happened in the past millions of years that have taken us from point A to whatever the hell we are at right now, nobody knows dick. Nobody has any clue. And the Bible thumpers and religious people can be like, well, the Bible says, motherfucker, the Bible has been translated and retranslated into so many goddamn languages that you don't know exactly in certain parts what is it really saying. Now, the New Testament, 91%, and that is with even non-theistic scholars into it, it is 91% accurate, the translation, for what the originals would have been, because guess what? Both in the Old and the New Testament, there are no original documents, just copies of copies of copies, although there are very old copies, like maybe 200 or 300 years after the fact, but nonetheless copies. And the reason we can determine that those copies are indeed real is because it is very close to what the original church was saying, according to what word of mouth and some other documents other than the Bible register that Christians believe. So, Jesus Christ, why the fuck I have to go there? I always feel the need that I have to be this kind of curse word apologist for the Christian faith all of a sudden, where nobody's questioning me. This is my goddamn podcast. I don't have somebody even behind me like, you have to explain this to... No. And by the way, I'm just spewing out of my fucking brain for all the fucking little details that I've heard from other people. And guess what? They're probably full of shit too. So don't fucking listen to me. Don't fucking listen to me. I don't know dick. I just regurgitate what I've heard. I'm repeating what I heard. But I try to stay well informed. I try. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm coming from a place where I'm trying to be honest to myself in terms of not bullshitting myself. And guess what? When you don't bullshit yourself, you don't bullshit others. So I'm trying to come at this with a perspective of faith. Jesus Christ. Sam, give it to me. Give it to me, Sam. Wow, with echoes and everything. I think people didn't hear you clearly, Sam. Say it again.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
There you go. So no, I don't speak it. Sam, sorry. So, yeah, Crossroads Decisions. I'm in the middle of one. I'm scared, shitless, to say the very least. But that internal voice, that something that I equate to God, could be bad acid reflux. I don't know. But I equate it to God. Something is inside of me saying, like, go for it. Make the choice. What's that choice? I can't tell. I can't say. I can't say what the choice is. Not yet, anyway. We don't know if it's going to be a good or a bad thing. I don't know. I simply don't know. But guess what? Faith is believing in something without having all the information. Without having all the facts in your head. It's a dangerous thing, and it's frightening. There was a time that I was more faith-filled, but it was in ignorance. But yet, I kind of missed that Ariel, because he was more gung-ho in his beliefs, and he jumped headfirst into shit that he probably shouldn't have jumped in the first place, but he took a risk. And let the chips fall where they may, but after I became a dad, I became more conservative in my choices. Because now I carry precious cargo. And that cargo is my daughter and my wife. And everything that I do, everything that I work for, everything that I push myself for is for them. Because I love them. They're my life. They're my everything. They are what I fight for. They are for what I push for in terms of excelling in life and helping provide for them the best. That's my real intention. That's what I really want. And yeah, that's what I want. So I'm gonna leave it here. Yeah, let's leave it here. Let's leave it there. Because I don't know. We don't know. Okay. Thank you for listening. Thank you for following this crazy thing, which I really don't know what to call it anymore. Is this a podcast? Is this a Christian podcast? Is this a comedy podcast? Is this a sarcasm podcast? All of the above, none of the above. I don't know. But you're listening. The 2 or 3 of you that are. So thank you. Again, visit our website, huskybarboopod.com, for everything related to the pod and about yours truly. In there, you will go to the store, which will take you to the TeePublic store, and where you can purchase t-shirts, stickers, magnets, cell phone covers, laptop cases, whatever the heck you want. Anything with designs made by yours truly, which some of them are okay, some of them are ugh. I'm being honest. I'm being sincere, and by doing that, you help out the podcast. You help out me to keep the dream alive, to pursue this. And then if you are a like-minded person, then you like it, and just help out. So yeah, this has been the Husky Barbu podcast, number 51. This has been Ariel, and I wish you, or bid you, adieu. Bye.